Democrats don't generally believe God is on the throne. That's my observation. Republicans, we think God's on the throne. I think God's on the throne if Kamala Harris wins or if Trump wins. God's on the heavenly throne. Welcome to John Mike Keane. Let's watch MSNBC falling apart.
With just over 1 week until Election Day, former First Lady Michelle Obama isn't messing around anymore.
Before she was messing around, now she's really serious. Look at that face. When did she not have just a scowling, angry, gonna beat your head in face?
Because with women's reproductive health care and freedoms hanging in the balance next Tuesday, the stakes literally are life and death for every woman in America.
They literally are not life and death for every woman in America. They're literally life and death for the unborn, but not the mom.
It's not hyperbole. It's not an exaggeration.
Literally hyperbole. Literally the definition of exaggeration is what she just gave you. So even when you correct yourself, you're lying.
It's what happens next week.
Not what happens next week. We'll prove it to you. When after the vote, we'll walk around and see how many women just drop dead. Zero. It will be zero.
In her very first appearance on the campaign trail since her speech at the Democratic National Convention, Michelle Obama in Kalamazoo, Michigan, made a very specific and artful and powerful plea to men.
It was artless and weak. It was weak and garbage. It was ugly and stupid. It was unappealing to real men.
Especially men who do not feel like the assault on women's reproductive rights affects them at all.
In case you guys don't think the women's rights don't affect you at all. Well, they do affect us in that if you get a lady impregnated, you have no say in your offspring. She can take out your son without consenting with you at all. So yeah, it affects you if you like your offspring.
And I think with our little secret, we're going to do really well with the House, right? Our little secret is having a big impact. He and I have a secret. We'll tell you what it is when the race is over.
When the two major takeaways from a 6-hour-long big closing message rally 8 days out from Election Day, or 9 days out, I guess, yesterday, are about how racist you are and speculation about your secret plans to steal an election.
Boo, Jen Psaki. That is the craziest take. I think she's going to get the thumbnail on this episode because that is the craziest take. MSNBC saying that Trump is going to steal the election. Just remember when Trump says this election's rigged or this election is stolen, I just want you to know MSNBC says it 100 times more. They don't get in trouble. I think they're actually trying to abuse the right by using this kind of language. They're going, we're going to use this language all the time. You steal, you cheat, you stole this election. You're an illegit president. And then when we do the same thing, we get our channel taken away. We get canceled. We get thrown in prison. It's a form of psychological abuse that the left, I think, could be formally putting together against the right.
York County's Office of Elections recently received a large delivery containing thousands of voter registration forms and mail-in ballot applications from a third-party group.
It's not unusual to get large stacks of voter registrations or large stacks of requests for mail-in ballots. It's just this was an overabundance of registrations from one particular organization.
This is the second county that got plopped a ton of ballots from an organization or a group. I wish they'd say it out loud. Is it Act Blue? I mean, name the organization. Maybe it's a pro-Trump or a pro-Elon Musk organization. I don't care what the organization is. Give us a name, please. You're the news. We're your audience. We deserve it.
This comes after Lancaster County officials announced they are investigating approximately 2,500 voter registration forms for potential fraud. The batch of applications, which had false names, incorrect addresses, and other discrepancies, is being traced back to a large-scale canvassing operation.
And so remember, the large-scale canvassing operation is hitting Pennsylvania. And that's the state the Democrats are worried about the most. I just want to know what party did this. I want to know what organization did this and who is funding this organization. You can give us a name, news organization. Here's Megyn Kelly.
I'm not voting for Donald Trump. I'm voting for Donald Trump and Bobby Kennedy and Tulsi Gabbard and Vivek Ramaswamy and and Elon Musk and JD Vance and everyone else that they're going to bring in this team.
That's the Shazam actor, Zachary Levi, saying he's not voting for Trump. I kind of agree with him. You don't have to hide behind all these other guys, though. But none of us, I'm not voting for a king or an emperor. Okay. By the way, I happen to love Trump. I adore him. However, he's not the king. It's very much as much the rest of his team. It's also, I'm voting for all of the people behind him. And I mean all of us. I'm for the patriots. I'm for the conservatives that are behind him. I'm for the people that want limited government. I might oppose Vivek and RFK. I'm way more of a pro-lifer and pro-traditional marriage than they are. In general, I'm for all of us. In general, it's not just about Trump. It's about a party platform. Also, my pastor said last night, we support the Republican Party platform. I do not in any way, I'm at absolute war with the Democrat Party platform. Is nuts.
I feel that Trump's ahead, but I felt that way in 2020 as well. So it's hard to say. I feel that I have had more friends that are open to Trump and are flipping to a Trump vote.
And the local friends who are doing that, do they cite a reason?
The border and the economy.
Personally, I know more people who are flipping to Trump. So I'm just verifying that. Now, here's Megyn Kelly with some real, legit criticism against Donald Trump. I think it's only fair that we reasonably let our own criticize the Trump campaign.
But I'm telling you, even for me, and I voted for Donald Trump last week, it was too brotastic.
Okay, that's a female comment on the Madison Square Garden speakers and lineup. I think that's entirely fair. You got Hulk Hogan up there ripping his shirt. What's there for the mom voters? Here she goes. She's going to lay in harder on them.
You're trying to win an election in which you're hemorrhaging female voters. Maybe when you present in front of hundreds, thousands at least, at Madison Square Garden, you clean up the bro talk just a little so you don't alienate women in the middle of America who are already on the fence about Republicans. Do they have no women advising their campaign? This isn't the bar. This isn't their living room. This is a campaign. This is politics. We're trying to get him elected.
That's a fair criticism. I just want to say, if everyone says, oh, you're only just puffing up Trump, look, that's a legit criticism of the Trump campaign.
My hope is not in the Republican National Convention or the Democratic. Are you out your mind? What I want to say is that God is still on the throne.
That's the difference between us and the godless progressive left. We know who's on the throne. Are you guys aware of that? Let us know in the comments below who's on the throne. I'm John Mike.